Pocket is one of the flashiest and most movement-heavy characters in all of Deadlock. His kit involves multiple different teleports and invulnerabilities, and makes for some insane outplays and 1v6 potential in this game. He's one of the hardest heroes in the game, but he's also got a lot of potential to carry since he's so difficult and slippery to deal with, and does so much burst and damage output. So I'll be going over what the best build is currently and how he generally should be played, along with teaching different mechanics of movement and tech that you probably didn't know about. So I'm usually buying all of these tier 1s at the top up here. The only one that is optional is Healing Right. I usually like to buy this versus difficult lanes. Then about 5 to 13 minutes, you need Kinetic Dash, Mystic Shot, and Improved Burst. Improved Burst is by far your biggest power spike of the entire game. It makes you deal so much damage to every target and helps you clear faster as well. After that, since you already have a good early game lead and power spike, you can go for Majestic Leap. This is basically how you'll get around the map and look for ganks and engagements from above. I like to go Warp Stone next, and then I go for Spirit Lifesteal into improved cooldown Mystic Vulnerability. This is also another important active ability, but you want to be getting this as your first tier 4 item. Then of course, if you need any armors, then feel free to look into those. I usually like to go Spirit Armor, especially in the late game, because Pocket comes with a base minus 15% spirit resistance. And for the second tier 4 item that you need is definitely going to be Unstoppable. This item is very good. And as you can see from this clip here, if you don't use it, you are just going to get shut down immediately. You need to use this before you engage, or else you will just not be able to play the game late game. Now that we got the items out of the way, I want to talk about how to effectively use the abilities. So Barrage is by far your most important ability on all of Pocket's kit, and the only reason being is for the damage amp per stack that stacks up to 4 times. So that's a total of 28% bonus damage across the board. That includes your actives, that includes your abilities, and it includes your shots as well. The best way to engage with Barrage if you don't have Majestic Leap is doing a roll dash and carrying the momentum with your Barrage over. Another one of the best ways to use it would be using a Majestic Leap into a Barrage, and then you can carry the momentum while you're in the air. And another way for more distance that most people don't know about is if you actually use the Majestic Leap and then use the drop down and press Barrage at the same time, it takes you forward with more momentum. Finally, you can also add a jump at the end of it to even have more momentum. So if you jump after the second down, you're going even further with the Barrage, and your chase ability is absolutely insane because no one can outrun it. Next up we have the Cloak, which is a cloak that you can send forward and it deals damage in a radius, along with it being able to be reactivated and allow you to teleport to the location of where the cloak is. Because you can also carry any momentum you have going through it. So for example, if I throw the cape and then Majestic Leap and then take the cape after, as if I still have momentum with my cape. So here's go. Next up we have the Enchanter's Satchel, which puts you in a suitcase after a short cast time, and it makes you invulnerable for 2 seconds. It also deals damage when you come out of the satchel, which you can cancel at any time or all the way up to 2 seconds. And what makes this ability so good with Pocket is that you can carry over the damage to where your cape is. So as you can see from the showcase here, I'm going to throw my cloak forward, get into the satchel, and then teleport forward, and it'll carry the damage to the enemy in front of me. And lastly, we have Affliction, which is your ultimate that deals poison damage to anybody around you, and it lasts a total of 18 seconds. This ability is really good because it also applies an anti-heal once you put the level 2 point in, and this can absolutely change a fight and apply so much damage over time, and it works as amazing peel for your team along with you being able to get them low enough to kill them with your other abilities. Lastly, I want to talk about the ability point order, which you can check on the build guide itself here. I usually go for 2 points into 1, and then 2 points into 2, and then 2 points into 3. After that, I'm putting a point in my ult for the cooldown, and then I'm putting the final point into my 1. Once you max that out, you max your ult next, and then after that, it's really up to you which one you want to max between the cape and the satchel. Now we'll be moving straight into combos. So the first combo I showed you was similar to Barrage, where you add the Majestic Leap, but now I want to show you the full thing.
Time to be clever. Finally see. You shouldn't have made the spirits mad. I'll outthink them. I'll fight together. Ready to teleport. Your life will dwindle away. Whoa. I can get around them. You should run. Hurt me. Opening case.
I want to talk about the hardest and easiest matchups. Guinness is very easy because all you have to do is burst her, and she only has 2 rolls, so you can always engage on her with Barrage and guarantee a trade on her. Same thing with Warden. If he tries to trap you, you can just suitcase satchel it. And with Bebop, if you get hooked, you can actually just out-trade him by tossing a Barrage at his face and then caping backwards into a satchel so that the bomb doesn't hit you and you can get out safely. Same thing with Seven, you can dodge his stun. It's very easy. With Ivy on her stone form, you can just satchel, and as soon as she comes out of stone form, you can pop the satchel and deal damage to her and win the trade. Haze, all you have to do is dodge the sleep and her character is useless. Kelvin is kind of hard, but you have the advantage as long as you know how to play the lane correctly and not get frozen by his ice beam all the time and take good trades. Krill basically just can't die, but you can easily get trades on him because you don't really need your gun early game for trades, so his disarm doesn't really do much, although he does heal a lot, so you won't really be killing him much in lane. For Dynamo, you can dodge his knockup and then you'll be fine, and he really doesn't have much after that. For Wraith, all you have to do is dodge the cards. If you don't dodge the cards, you're probably going to lose lane. Her TP also isn't very great early game, but if she doesn't have it on cooldown or she uses it, you can easily abuse her for that. Abrams is also a skill check in the sense of you need to be able to dodge his shoulder charge, whether that be by caping and taking the cape to teleport and bait him, or using your satchel for when he gets up and close and personal. Yamato, you should easily be able to dodge her one ability, that's power slash, with your satchel as well. Same thing with Lash, you need to be able to dodge his ground pound with your satchel, and Geist is also same thing, the satchel for her grenade. Geist is a little bit harder, I'd say, just because she has a lot of poke with her gun. Paradox is difficult because once he gets his ult, you're basically full countered by this character. He puts up the wall and you can't really do much because your barrage hits won't go through it. And Furnace is difficult because his burn damage in the beginning is really good, but the biggest reason this character is difficult to deal with, you lack the early spirit resist, right? Since you start with minus 15%, so anytime he gets a burn on you, you're going to take infinite damage. Also, he rushes the minus 30% spirit damage on his burn. So that means you're going to be doing minus 30% damage on your entire combo as long as he hits you about 5 or 6 times. Vindicta and Grey Talon are just the really big pokes, and again, they have a lot of spirit damage early. Usually for the extremely difficult and hard matchups, I'm getting healing right, but for the rest, I should be fine with just enduring spirit, extra regen maybe, and like some sprint boots. And the final 2 characters would be Viscous and Shiv, who aren't on the tier list, but I'd place them somewhere close to skill check or below because they are pretty difficult to deal with, especially Viscous with his poke, with his goo grenade thing, and his fists. It's really hard to dodge. And same thing with Shiv and his throwing knives. They're not as effective, but it is annoying in lane phase. Now, I won't be going too in depth, more so just case by case, and you can kind of just put it together about what you need to do and how to understand what your role is as Pocket. I may do a full VOD review video in the future when I get into a really good lobby or into a competitive scrim, but for right now, these pub games don't really tell too much about how exactly you should be playing the game, and it's just not a good showcase of how the game should be played. So starting off the clip here, I take the pad into the clump of 3. I see that there's 3 people here, and I want to look for a good ult engage. So the fastest way to do this would be to warp stone in. Now the reasoning being for warp stoning in here is because I get the bullet resistance, and I also get the 3-man ult, and I get all my damage off with my cape and my satchel. And then I'm able to escape and re-engage, and you can see the whole clip play out.
Oh my god, wait, yeah, that was massive.
Now at this point here, I see that my Majestic Leap is at a 3-second-ish cooldown, and if I were to get hit by Shiv here, it would reset back to 5 seconds. So I took the gamble on him missing me, and I went into my satchel, and I was able to Majestic Leap right after because he didn't hit me at all.
Yeah. Yo, oh, our pocket, feel the pocket.
I'm good.
Dude, that was such a clutch play, bro.
Now here I look for more barrages to set up for another engage, so I get some stacks off.
Can we just regroup and fight this? If we regroup and fight this, we can win.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Unfortunately, I do die here, but I did get 2 picks along with getting some damage off on the other players, and it does prevent them from taking the mid boss as my whole team was dead previously. Bebop is also still up, and he does have Curse to stop Lash from guaranteeing the mid boss, so they definitely cannot just force the mid boss here as well. So as you can see here, the Lash did just kill my Grey Talon, and I know that he is the highest value player on their team. He does have the most net worth, and he's also the best player. So I want to shut this guy down as much as possible, and I also want to kill him post rebirth, and the rest of the team should be free.
Nice, he's gonna respawn, he's gonna respawn. 2 seconds.
As you can see here, I do have 4 stacks of barrage, which is why my abilities and Phantom Strike do so much damage.
Oh, that's a fat pocket ult. Oh, never mind, I lied, but...
So I know that the entire enemy team is low, along with Hayes, who is a high value target, is getting poisoned by my ult. So I want to look for a re-engage here since I have Majestically back up.
I think, this is one of our pockets actually shitting on the door. Oh, what if he needs,
As you can see there, I'm able to disengage at the same time while killing Hayes. We're able to go for more here because I do still have Warp Stone into Phantom Strike, and we do just end up winning the game here.
Keep going, get the booger, get the booger!
Shit on me.
And that'll conclude the whole pocket guide for this version. Now I will make an updated one probably when the game releases or when there's a huge patch that comes out. But I hope this kind of got you to understand how the character works. And if you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments, or you can come to my Twitch streams at twitch.tv/ado_z. I've also been expanding my variety of characters as well, so we'll be playing things like Paradox, Lash, maybe Viscous. Thank you guys all, I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and peace out. See ya.